Okay, I need you to stop scrolling for just a second, because what I am about to share with you today could literally be worth thousands of dollars. And I mean that, not exaggerating, not clickbait. For some of the people watching this video right now, we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes in a single lump sum payment straight from Social Security. This is real. This is an actual thing that Social Security offers. And the wild part? Most people have absolutely no idea it exists. And even among the people who do know about it, a lot of them don't understand exactly how it works, who qualifies, and, most importantly, whether or not it is actually the right move for them personally. My name is Tony, and if you are new here, welcome. This channel is all about helping everyday Americans, retirees, disabled folks, veterans, single moms, low-income families navigate a system that can feel impossibly complicated. We have helped millions of people find real money and real relief, and today's topic is absolutely one of those moments where I feel like I can genuinely make a difference for your wallet. So let's get into it. Because there are actually two different types of lump sum payouts from Social Security that we need to talk about today, and both of them could affect you or someone you love. Here is what I want you to walk away from this video knowing. There are two distinct groups of people who can qualify for a big lump sum payout from Social Security. The first group is made up of over 3 million Americans, mostly public sector workers, who are already receiving or are owed retroactive payments thanks to the Social Security Fairness Act. The second group is made up of retirement age beneficiaries who delayed filing for their benefits past their full retirement age and may be offered what is called a retroactive back pay lump sum of up to 6 months of benefits. These are two completely separate programs, two separate rules, two separate groups of people, but both fall under the umbrella of Social Security lump sum payments. So I want to cover both thoroughly, because the last thing I want is for you to walk away from this video thinking it does not apply to you, when it absolutely does. Let's start with the big one that has been all over the news. On January 5, 2025, President Biden signed the Social Security Fairness Act into law, and this was a long time coming, decades in the making actually. This law eliminated two provisions that had been quietly penalizing millions of public workers for years: the Windfall Elimination Provision, or WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, or GPO. These two rules were reducing and in some cases completely wiping out Social Security benefits for people who also received a public pension from a job that did not pay into Social Security. So who are we talking about? Think about these people. Teachers, especially in states like California, Texas, Ohio, Louisiana, Colorado, and Massachusetts, where public school teachers are in state pension systems that never withheld Social Security taxes. Firefighters and police officers are first responders who literally risk their lives every single day, many of whom had their Social Security checks slashed because of a government pension they earned on top of it. Federal employees under the old Civil Service Retirement System known as CSRS. Surviving spouses and widows and widowers, and this one really broke my heart when I first learned about it. Many spouses were receiving zero in spousal Social Security benefits because of the GPO entirely eliminating what they were owed. Workers covered by a foreign Social Security system who also paid into U.S. Social Security. The SSA confirmed that over 2.8 million people had their benefits affected by WEP and GPO. And since this law passed, by July 2025, over 3.1 million payments had already been sent out, totaling a massive $17 billion. The average retroactive lump sum payment was $6,710. Some people received significantly more, some received less. But think about what that means for someone who has been living on a fixed income. Thousands of dollars showing up in your bank account for something you were owed all along. And the increases going forward? Monthly benefits went up by an average of $360 per month for public sector retirees,
For surviving spouses, the increase was often much higher, closer to $700 per month on average. And remember, that is an increase for the rest of their lives. Now, here is the extra good news on top of the good news. If you are a surviving spouse who was previously receiving 0 in spousal Social Security benefits because GPO eliminated them entirely, you may now be eligible to file and start receiving a monthly benefit for the very first time. That's a brand new check every single month that you could not get before this law changed. Please do not assume that this was automatically updated for you. One financial planner I read about described his own father, a California state pension recipient, who had to physically go to a Social Security office and bring his wedding album and old joint tax returns just to get his survivor benefit reinstated. So yes, some of this requires you to take action. Go to ssa.gov or call 1-800-772-1213 to find out if you qualify. And on the tax side, if you received a lump sum retroactive payment, the IRS gives you a tool called the lump sum election on your Form 1040 or 1040-SR. This lets you recalculate your taxable Social Security benefits and potentially reduce what you owe in taxes on that payment. You do not need to file an amended return. If it lowers your tax bill, use it. If it doesn't, skip it. Simple as that.
Okay, now I want to shift gears and talk about the second type of lump sum, and this one is specifically for Social Security retirement beneficiaries who delayed filing past their full retirement age. So first, let me explain what full retirement age actually means, because this matters a lot. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. That is the age at which you receive 100% of your Social Security retirement benefit. You can claim as early as 62, but you will take a permanent reduction of up to 30%. Or you can delay past 67 and earn what are called delayed retirement credits, also known as DRCs. Here is how those credits work. Your benefit increases by 2/3% for every single month you delay past your full retirement age. That translates to exactly 8% per year. So if your full retirement age is 67 and you wait all the way until age 70, you have locked in a 24% permanent raise on your monthly Social Security benefit. That raise lasts for the rest of your life. And for married couples, it can also mean a higher survivor benefit for your spouse after you are gone, which is a really big deal. Now here is where the lump sum part comes in, and I want to be really clear about this because it surprises a lot of people. Let's walk through an example together. Say you have a full retirement age of 67. Your retirement benefit at that age is $2,000 a month. You decide you want to delay to build up more delayed retirement credits. You wait 6 months past your full retirement age. During those 6 months, you have been earning 2/3% per month, which adds up to a 4% raise on your benefit. So instead of $2,000, your new monthly benefit would be $2,080. That 4% raise is permanent, every month for the rest of your life. But here is what Social Security may offer you when you finally go to file: a one-time retroactive lump sum payment covering those 6 months of benefits you did not collect while you were delaying. In our example, that would be $2,000 times 6 months, a $12,000 check, one time, just like that. Now, if your benefit was $3,000 a month and you delayed 6 months, that's an $18,000 lump sum. And Social Security rules allow this retroactive back pay for up to 6 months. That is the maximum they can pay out in this format, regardless of how long you actually delayed. So whether you waited 6 months, 1 year, or 3 years, the lump sum is capped at 6 months' worth of your benefit. Here is the critical thing I want you to understand, because this is a decision that could save you or cost you a lot of money depending on your situation. You cannot have both. You cannot take the lump sum and keep the full raise you built up by delaying. You have to choose one or the other.
If you take the lump sum, Social Security essentially rolls your start date back by 6 months. That means you give up those 6 months of delayed retirement credits. In our example, you get the $12,000 check, but your monthly benefit goes back to $2,000 instead of $2,080, losing that $80 per month permanently. If you decline the lump sum and keep the 4% raise, you get $2,080 every single month going forward for the rest of your life. No big check up front, but a higher ongoing income. So, which is better? It depends entirely on how long you live. In our example, the $80 difference in the raise adds up to $960 more per year by keeping the raise. To break even with the $12,000 lump sum you gave up, you would need about 12 to 13 years, which means if you are 67 when you file, the two options roughly balance out around age 80. Live past 80, the raise wins. Live to 75, the lump sum probably would have been smarter. And here's something really important that a lot of people don't think about. This also affects your spouse's survivor benefit. A lower monthly benefit for you means a lower survivor benefit for your husband or wife when you are gone. So this is not just a decision about your own life expectancy, it's a decision about protecting the person you love most. So let me give you a clear action plan for both groups of people we talked about today. If you think you might qualify under the Social Security Fairness Act, meaning you worked in a public sector job, have a government pension, and were previously affected by WEP or GPO, log in to your My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount and check your payment history. If you saw a change in your monthly benefit in early 2025 or received a direct deposit you weren't fully sure about, that's likely your retroactive payment. If you're a surviving spouse who is getting reduced or zero spousal benefits, call SSA at 1-800-727-1213 and ask specifically about how the elimination of the GPO affects your claim. If you're a retirement age beneficiary who is delayed past your full retirement age, or if you're approaching that decision, here's a framework I love. Think of it in 6-month windows, not as one massive all-or-nothing choice. Every 6 months you delay is essentially a reversible decision. If you change your mind, you can file retroactively and get up to 6 months of back pay as a lump sum. This makes the decision so much less scary. You're not locked in. You have flexibility. Before deciding whether to take the lump sum or keep the raise, talk to a financial planner or use SSA's own tools at ssa.gov/benefits/retirement/planner to model the break-even point based on your specific situation and health history. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Social Security is complicated, I won't pretend otherwise, but complicated doesn't mean impossible to understand, and it absolutely does not mean you should just accept whatever you are given without asking questions. Millions of public servants already received money they were owed for years. Teachers, firefighters, cops, nurses who worked government jobs, and they got it because someone finally did the right thing. And for retirement beneficiaries who played the long game and delayed their benefits, there are real, meaningful choices available to you that could be worth thousands of dollars one way or another. You deserve to know every option available to you. That's literally why this channel exists. If this video helped you today, please share it with your mom, your retired neighbor, your veteran friend, the teacher in your family who's been getting shortchanged for years. The people who need this information most are often the last ones to find it. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and every week we bring you exactly this kind of information in plain English, no jargon, no fluff. Check out our related videos on Social Security strategies, benefit updates, SNAP, Medicare, and more. I've got them linked right here on the screen. You worked for these benefits. You earned them. Now, go make sure you're getting every single dollar you're owed.